The Democratic Socialists of America facing their biggest test yet today. Polls are open right now in Wisconsin. DSA-backed gubernatorial candidate Francesca Hong has pulled ahead in recent polling. If she wins, she will face presumptive GOP nominee Congressman Tom Tiffany. And that will, of course, decide who's going to lead one of the country's most critical swing states. Joining me now, Florida Congressman Carlos Gimenez. Congressman, I want to get your take on what do you make of these far-left candidates rising in the Democratic Party? And what does that mean for the Republicans come November?
Well, it's really scary what's happening. Look, I came from Cuba over 60 years ago, escaping many of the same ideas that these candidates are putting forward. Never thought that I'd be fighting them here in the United States, but here we are. And so what it means is that we in the Republican Party have to show the stark contrast between our vision for America, which is, the land of opportunity and freedom, versus their vision of America, which really is Marxism. And that's a stark contrast. And then we have to win this battle. We cannot, fall to these Marxists, because it will literally be the end of America as we know it.
Well, it's interesting since you mentioned this, because Jerry Baker has a piece in the Journal, and he says exactly what you're saying here. And he says there's a whole generation of people. He's talking about the younger demographic and the younger voters, and they're the ones that are going out and voting for these Democratic Socialists. He says this generation has learned nothing about rationing, the Gulag, the Cultural Revolution, or the Berlin Wall. So that messaging has to come from the Republicans to say that this is, failed, like places in Cuba.
Yeah, well, look, we have to show and unteach really a lot of these young liberals that went to these high-priced colleges that were fed this baloney, okay, by their professors, by the way, that socialism, communism is the way to go. That they don't know the reality of what happens when you turn to that. A great contrast would be East Germany and West Germany. All they're separating with one wall, but two different systems, and people living completely differently and having a completely different quality of life. Where people on the West were enjoying a very good quality of life, and the people on the East were actually suffering under this dictatorship and total oppression of your freedoms. And what I tell the young people is, look, when people are offering you all this free stuff, number one, it's never going to be free, but you're going to pay for it, and you're going to pay for it with your freedom. And that's a price that I'm not willing to pay. I already lost my freedom once, and I certainly don't want my children or grandchildren to live in an oppressive regime like the one that I had to flee in Cuba.
And the people in Cuba today are suffering with no power.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible what's happening to that island. So, and the DSA, they've been gaining national attention for these radical policies. They've got these slogans, tax the rich. I'm sure you've heard this. But, when they're pressed on what that would even look like, DSA co-chair Megan Romer responded this way. Listen to this.
We do believe in taxing the hell out of millionaires. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what does taxing the hell out of them mean?
Yeah, I don't have like a solid, but I think.
But shouldn't you? I mean, if you're the co-chair, of the DSA, shouldn't you be more specific than just taxing the hell out of something? What exactly do you mean?
So yeah, we need to look at what we need to pay for in the interim, what sort of tax base we need for that to happen, and then and build from there.
Congressman, your thoughts on that?
Well, right now, the 1%, the upper 1% of the American taxpayers, they pay like 40% of all the taxes. Yeah. So you're already taxing the hell out of them, okay? And so you want more out of them. And so what do they get to keep? Those are the people that actually create the jobs. Those are the people that actually create the jobs for the working class, all right? So that they can put food on their table and they can have a good quality of life. These folks, they just don't understand. Either they don't understand or they do understand, and they just, they are snake oil salesmen trying to sell, weak-minded, liberal, downward mobile, highly educated but downward mobile people that, hey, you should have everything too. We need to take it away from them so that you can get it. But what happens is nobody gets it.
Yeah, so you can have a bunch of free stuff.
The whole standard of living, goes down. Look at Cuba. And what really upsets me is that we got Democrats going to Cuba to try to keep that regime in power. And all they have to do is look around and see what they've done to that country that once was the jewel of the Caribbean. Go to Venezuela, okay? The richest country in South America, okay? Full of riches, and what that regime has done to Venezuela. Look what happened in the Soviet Union. Look what happened in East Germany. Look all these places where where this stuff has been tried and failed. The only thing that's common to them all is that you lose all your freedoms. You don't have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. And by the way, if you criticize the government, you go to jail. And so, that's what really upsets me about, this pack of lies, because that's what it is, a pack of lies. And that we have Democrats that actually go to these different countries that are run by these regimes and actually try to give them support. And then go against what we're trying to do in America, which is bring freedom and liberty around the world, especially in those places in our own hemisphere.
Well, we are now less than 90 days until the midterms, Congressman, and there's this recent CNN poll that shows that Democrats are actually leading Republicans by 8 points on a generic ballot. The Wall Street Journal points out a big issue for the Republicans right now is the economy. And here's what they write. Americans' feelings about the economy are decidedly worse than those numbers suggest. In several surveys, only about 1/4 of respondents rate the economy as excellent or good. 3/4 say it is in fair or poor shape. Congressman, recent Fox News polling has showed us that voters think Democrats are better on the economy. So what can you and your colleagues do right now to ease these feelings, boost the chance of keeping your majorities come November? Because, not to put a finer point on this here, but if they take control of the House, the Senate, or both, the president's agenda is stopped.
Yeah. Well, look, we have to do a better job of what we've done for the average working American. The one big beautiful bill put a lot more money into Americans' pockets. We averted the largest tax hike in American history and put more money into people's pockets. And it's going to take time to undo a lot of the stuff the damage that was done from the previous administration. But if we go back to the previous administration, attacking the oil and gas industry, oil prices are just going to shoot up to when they were during the Biden administration. They're over $5, $5 a barrel. We're going to have out of control spending, which is going to increase the inflation, which is going to make things even more unaffordable. And so there's got to be a contrast, and the people are feeling the pain, et cetera. It's going to take some time for the economic policies of the president to grab a hold. If we can get the Iranian war, out of the way, we can start to reduce the oil prices, which in turn will start to reduce the pressure on inflation, and that's where we have to get to. But turning to those policies is the last thing that we want as Americans, because all those things they're complaining about right now are just going to get worse if you actually turn to the Democrats and actually follow their policies. I mean, we had this during the Biden administration, those 4 years, and that was the precursor to everything that's happened. You want wide open borders. You want to defund the police. You want to get rid of all the jails. That's crazy, all right? And so, yeah, things are tough right now. But look, in my home country, the only reason that we got Fidel Castro was because there was a dictator, all right? Batista, he promised all these things, that everything was going to get better, and then we got him. He denied that he was a Marxist until he said, no, I'm a Marxist, and now I got full control, and he's been there for 67 years and destroyed the country. And so this is the fear that I have. Yes, things aren't as good as they can be or should be, but I can see progress towards getting to a better place. If we revert back to those policies, it's just going to get much, much worse.
Congressman Carlos Gimenez, it's always great to speak with you, in particular because of your experiences and how you grew up. Thank you so much for being with me this morning. It's great to see you.
It's my pleasure.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.